Bingley's up. Oh, there's Bingley.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, we are live. Right.
Wait. You're live. I'm live.
I'm live. And
We're both live.
Yeah.
Neat.
If I bear with me 1 second.
Wait, Bingley, you stream, right?
Yeah. If I then click on this button, click through all this bit.
There, go. I don't follow you. What the actual fuck? There, I fixed it.
Right, right, 1 second. I need to... there you are. Add you in.
Live from sunny Osatoraria,
Okay.
as the Japanese put it.
What?
I spent too much time using Duolingo. They pronounce Australia Osatoraria.
Oh, Australia. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Bingley, you're on my friends list, right?
I'm gonna think I'm gonna have to send you my code.
Okay, mine's on the Discord server. Check stream info. It's like the.
All right.
It's
Yeah. That'll make things easier. Stream info.
But let's see. So, have there ever been
it.
someone that went to the past, or worse, met themselves after or during warp travel? Okay, yeah. Funny story about that, Balrog. There's a canon story of a war boss who was about to set off on a wog, right? So, they hit the go button on their ships, jump into the warp, and exit the warp a couple of hours before they left to enter the warp and run into themselves. The war boss decides to find his duplicate so he can kill him and have 2 copies of his favorite gun.
No.
The wog then proceeded to fall apart due to confusion because nobody knew what the fuck was going on.
I mean, I'm surprised more wogs don't fall apart due to confusion because they're orcs. But,
I don't know.
Right.
Things get.
Okay.
Things get.
I've just checked on your Discord one. You've only got 8 digits. It should be 10.
That should be my code.
Right.
1, 2, 3,
I'll whack mine
4,
in
5.
Twitch chat.
Oh, hold up. All right, I'm gonna.
touche.
But yeah, that's my code. It should work. It's worked for other people.
Right. Okay. Let me double check on this. That's it's. I know I'm going wrong. That's Steam. I was trying to do it in game.
Yeah. That's a Steam friend code.
Yeah,
It even says Steam friend code right before
Yeah,
it.
I'm just not really paying attention. Right.
Yeah, pretty much, Psyche. Fucking the trap of Duolingo. I had to put it to the side because I got into like a mental competitive trap of trying to like beat people in the rankings and then like getting kind of pissy because I couldn't put aside enough time for it, and I was like, oh, I'm approaching this with the bad mindset because I'm just like, I was literally just repeating the easy shit over and over again. I'm like, this is not how you learn language. I need to like start doing that again though.
Right, so that should have worked now. You should have
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, gotcha.
And hey, Z Denzel.
Oh wait, what's up?
Z Denzel's also in my chat.
Oh. We are networking.
Yes,
Dude, your character's big, McLarge, huge. I love it
Yes.
already.
I have played with you before on this character.
That must have been a long ass time ago.
Yeah, it was a good couple of months ago. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was before I started streaming regularly when I was just doing it on Saturdays. So it was a good couple of months at least.
Yeah. All right. Okay, everyone, hold that thought. I have to go to the urination station real quick. Be right back.
Right. So contracts. Okay. Yep.
Farewell. I'll see you again.
I need to change this weapon over. That one. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so there's not really much to talk about while we wait for Bug.
Yeah, I think this is the first time you and I have been on chat together myself, because I think if you streamed a bow before only a couple months back, I would have been working at the time, so
Yeah.
not exactly available.
Yeah, I think it was me, CDAT, and somebody else off the top of my head. I know it was CDAT because I've played with him before off stream with a couple of others. But yeah, never actually with you.
I'm sitting here. I'm saying I'm back. No one's responding, and they're really. Oh wait, I'm muted. And I only noticed because my avatar wasn't getting the eyes glow real shit thing when I talk. You're right. Yeah, You're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah. I say I've had this build run through Damnation before, so this should be a walk in the park for me.
Yeah, we tend to keep it pretty casual on stream.
Yeah, I normally, when I'm streaming, I normally step down to Heresy just because I'm trying to talk with chat and talk about what's going on and all the rest of it. And doing that and concentrating on Damnation is just far too much.
Yeah.
We are pro garlic bread here, Psyche.
Yeah, this Psyche. What do you guys think of the garlic heresy? I literally made it worse. that's my prerogative in life. Is there a problem? Yes, make it worse.
I still like the fact that all of Wokammer was like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
What is it? Is it political? What does it mean?
I mean, how do you say your prerogative is to make it worse? Meanwhile, I was the pro Hawaiian pizza psyop.
Yeah, this is your dirty fucking Canadian.
I still find that funny. We invented Hawaiian pizza.
Why is it called Hawaiian pizza then?
Because it's got ham on it and pineapple.
But their primary food stuff is spam, not ham.
You know what spam is?
I know it's
byproduct.
But it's still not ham. There's a difference.
It's close enough.
Look, just because it got one letter in. Shut up.
Oh, you lost this one, honey. You lost this one.
You lose nothing.
You see, this is why I wish CDAT was still in the stream, because reminiscing over military food, in my case, British military food, which is elephant's footprints, battered deep fried spam.
I can only imagine what. Okay, like I've seen British food. I can only imagine what British food in the military is like.
I mean, as much as we like to joke about the state of it, the Royal Navy actually does all the catering for the royal events.
Oh, so you're okay? Sorry, I thought you were Australian. I'm not good with accents.
No, he has a very severe British accent.
I mean, yeah, but unless somebody's going crikey, I can't really tell the difference. Unless they're literally Kano from all of the porn of Kano that I've seen. The delightful porn. Also proving that I have the worst taste in men.
Like Kano?
I like Kano, sexually speaking, even though he is a repugnant twat waffle. And that applies to fucking Garrosh, Hellscream, Omni-Man.
Right, you like Garrosh.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If it's an orc in the Warhammer or in the Warcraft setting, I probably like it.
But he also like Thrall, so it kind of balances out.
Yeah. The cringe is inescapable, though, considering that is Green Jesus. And we're talking like, you know, like another character that is somebody's fucking OC.
But you know what? You know what? I'll say this much.
Oops.
I'll say this much. Still not as bad as Sylvanas Windrunner.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, you know, the guy who's like, you know, like, waifu she is, you know,
Loser.
like, turned around and was like, you know what, I'm gonna cover up my waifu.
Well, I mean, only he's allowed to sexualize her. I mean, granted, then again, you know, many such cases of the people who are all like, oh no, this female character is showing some ankle, and you know, convicted pedophiles. I'm just saying.
You know, I'm actually going to agree on that one, Balrog. Like, okay, sort of. Garrosh did a lot of things wrong, but that's partially because the writers were basically like, they really couldn't decide on whether they wanted him to like go a similar path to Varian, or have him basically like go whole hog into like, you know, orcish Hitler town.
Yeah, it's kind of the thing. They had a plan for Varian. They didn't have one for Garrosh.
I mean, to be fair, he wasn't really a war chief until Cataclysm, and then, like, flipped between, like, oh, could actually be decent to, oh yes, I'll just abandon my, like, supply lines to go, like, skirmish with the Alliance. Oh no, they got blown out of the air by dragons.
A winner! I will keep repeating this. Oh my god. It's some real worst stereotypes of the Imperial Guard shit right there.
Dude literally needed to have it explained to him that, like, you know, being like a wantonous, you know, a war criminal will just create more enemies than annihilate.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah, right. Right, you mean the bit in Wrath of the Lich King?
Yeah.
Like fucking Sarfang talking about how, you know, he murdered Draenei children, and then how it how it's like the scars of doing that are still with him, like, and then Garrosh says, and I am not making this up to the people watching, he says, but those Draenei children could have grown up to be our enemies. Like, bro.
It's like they weren't your enemies prior, but you decided to start sacrificing them to turn on a fucking warp gate. So, yeah.
Yeah. Has anyone played Shooter's Blood and Teeth? It's apparently a fun little game. The general consensus I've seen is that it's too expensive for what it offers, like in terms of content, because it really is a kind of play once and never play again kind of game. Shit.
But yeah, like, sincerely, you know, getting back to what got us onto the subject, I do have a tendency to, like, have a thing for the physical archetype of dude that in, like, most games winds up being, like, a testosterone, you know, riddled meathead who's, like, kill and kill again, and I'm like, damn, he's sexy. But I'm not here for that crazy. I have standards.
And then there's me, who's just like, crazy. It's like, I really shouldn't stick my penis in this. However.
Listen, that sounds like me in real life.
Yeah, I give him endless shit for that because, you know, I want only good things out of my boyfriend.
Well, I mean, you're not. Okay, you're crazy, hun, but you're like the fun kind of crazy, the bratty kind, as opposed to the, you know, cut your liver out and sell it on the black market kind.
You see, that's how they get you. They come across as all cute crazy. Next thing you know, you're in a bath full of ice.
But yeah, like, Balrog, from what I understand, like, I've heard mixed stories about it, but, like, basically what it amounts to is that Garrosh was a Frosty-Obby's personal, creation. Thrall was, Metson's personal creation, as was Varian, and meeting in the middle is the fact that a lot of the, like, area stories of, like, WoW in any given expansion are written by a committee. Like, an individual will write that is not, like, interacting with anybody else. So you'll get shit like Stone Talon Mountains, where he's like, hi, you know, I learned something about being a leader today. And then you'll get shit like the Twilight Highlands written by somebody else. And you'll be like, oh, he's being a moron.
Yeah. You know,
Then again,
the best quest line in Cataclysm is still the one that was basically just one gigantic Rambo reference.
Red Cliff, oh yeah.
The one part that doesn't really sit too well is the whole, baby killer kind of thing, because it's like, he fought in the Second War. Nobody would have given a shit.
Yeah, that's the thing that bothers me. Like, I'll say this. Warlords of Draenor did worse for the orcs than any other time because it took away any of the justification they had for their victim complex.
Yeah, it's like it just sucked the sympathy right out of their whole backstory, because they did horrible things, but they were under the control of the Burning Legion, and then you find out, oh hey, if we just take the Burning Legion away, they'll still be assholes and conquer and murder people.
Yeah, like the first thing you come across when you come into the Warlord's force is they're sacrificing people to power a fucking warp gate. And those people happen to be, in many cases, Draenei.
I still think it funny that the orc expansion was more about Draenei than orcs.
I still find it funny that the orc expansion gave the Alliance the better fucking garrison. I'm sorry, but like a snowy wasteland with like leather tents covered in spikes is not cozy. It's not comfortable. It is not hospitable. I don't want that.
I mean, what you saying? You don't want to live in mud huts and spikes for what's effectively your in-game housing for the expansion?
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm not about that. I am about being beneath the bed of permanent stars, upon a grassland of rolling hills, with a moon overhead, and cozy firelight in my own personal inn.
Oh yeah, that too, Balrog. Draenor is free! Grob, you were literally just complicit in genocide. And everyone just forgives him. Many such cases of WoW trying to, forget that a bad expansion happened, although they're holding on to a little more of Shadowlands than WoD, because they kind of don't have a choice. Thankfully, everyone seems to have forgotten the jailer existed. I still think it's funny. I'm bitching this much about WoW with you. I'm gonna be like, start playing Classic in November, the end of November. Give me that level 30 fucking. Give me that level 30 version, that level 30 raid. That seems cool. Oh, that's a lot of dogs.
Yeah, it's also a lot of maulers. They can't stand up to the power of the Twin Link 50 cal, but
yeah.
Yeah, that quite literally was the explanation, not Balrog. It was just like, oh, well, everybody just kind of got over it. It's like, no, technically they didn't, because about 30 years later, you run into, Yrel being like, oh, yes, join us in the light, or else.
Yeah, literally, Yrel did nothing wrong.
But yeah, like, I I remember when like WoW first came out and people had this like attitude of, oh well, the humans were mean to the orcs. They were just so mean to them. They literally threw them in camps. It's like, okay, let me put that into context for you. 30 years, humanity basically was like fighting these aliens from another world who had demons at their back. We're going around despoiling and pillaging and TOS violating, their way through like the human populace, and then like overnight suddenly got like, got the boot put into them and lost all like motive force to their personality because lethargy of the orcs. You know what the humans did, short of like one place where they were being starved? Looked after them, trying to figure out what their problem was.
They wanted to help them.
Yeah, they weren't nice about it. They got them to do fucking work, like rebuild whole cities and shit like that.
Cities the orcs burnt down.
Yeah, I'm of the mindset that if the orcs got away from that without being genocided into oblivion, they got off light.
Yeah, seriously, you should read some of the shit that went down during the First War. It's not pleasant.
There is literally a whole ass clan that TOS violated the Queen of Life.
Yeah.
You can literally go to where they kept her, and there are claw marks in the ground next to the chains where they held her.
Yeah. It's, I also like that we've just decided to start calling it TOS violate.
Everybody fucking knows what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you still can't say it.
I don't.
What
are we saying?
Oh, I see that. Just some sick shit that happened in World of Warcraft.
No, I used to be a huge World of Warcraft lore nerd. I've taken all my Star Wars and WoW lore nerd power and turned it towards 40k and realized, holy shit. There's a lot to learn.
I was but a child, I did not know.
Well, it's like I've got all three in both hardback and Kindle of the WoW lore books. The ones that right after they finished printing them, they immediately invalidated whole sections of them.
Oh, you mean because they came out with a new cosmology by the new writers to go with Shadowlands, and then they invalidated that.
They took Chronicles and basically went, hey, we know you guys just spent a shitload of money on that and time, but fuck that shit.
Hey, good news. Those Chronicles books are canon again. They're trying really hard to forget Shadowlands ever happened.
Yeah, they've been.
I'm not gonna let them. No, you
hold it against them. Press that shit in Chris Metzen's face and be like, never again.
You made me paladin my way through hell. Fuck you.
To be fair, it did kind of go to hell when Chris Metzen left.
But I've got a bunch of the novels. I've got the Chronicles. I've got the the grimoires, the folk and fairy tales.
I can hear him.
Guides.
I can hear you over there looking at your nerd collection. You fucking nerd. Listen. I in no way can relate as I look over to my portable hard drive that contains literally nearly 100 gigabytes of kaiju films.
Oh, I was going to look up Arcs of Omen at a totally legitimate place to find it.
I will say this. WoW writing, fucking bad, but it's like comic book bad, and I'm kind of here for that because it knows how to hit the hype button and send a thrill through you with like the music that they got.
Oh, later Zendenzel.
Later
Zendenzel. Yeah, I can read.
Yeah, see you later, dude.
Zendaya Zell.
But yeah, it's not good writing. I fully acknowledge that because I've said this for years now. The problem with WoW is that its writing is not, as somebody put it in a way that I could never before, but ever since then, it's the words I use. The writing is not thoughtful. Like, you'll have a character who clearly has like the building arcs of being redeemed, like Garrosh, and then they'll fall like, whole hog into the villain, category for no other reason than they needed a villain that expansion. And the expansion, the theme of it feels like it's drawn from a hat, because we went to literally outer space twice before we ever went to, say, like, Kultiris.
Yeah, which, quite literally, the WoW devs were like, we kind of forgot it existed.
Yeah.
Jada Proudmore's, birthplace, nothing special.
They did that like twice, because like that was the reason why I say Gilneas came about in Cataclysm.
They're never going to fix Gilneas and give it back to the Worgen.
They have a whole thing in the next coming patch, reclaiming Gilneas storyline thing. Actually, I'm not sure what that's going. Not shitting you, that's a thing.
Oh my god, maybe they actually are trying to fix WoW.
I'm not sure how they're going to work it, because Gilneas is a battleground, but like at the same time they've dummied out battlegrounds before, and also
they can keep the battleground in the actual battleground rotation and have it not be like going on in canon anymore. Like technically, you only do AV once.
Yeah, fair.
Like canon wise, but of course you're going to keep it in the rotation because it's fucking AV. That reminds me, going back into Classic, I'm going to be able to play old-fashioned AV that took a whole fucking weekend to finish. I hope it's that good in Classic anyway, because goddamn, I love me some AV back then.
And I'm back in game. If there's...
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
there
we
is
got
a spot.
We now have two Ogren.
I'm switching over to taking the door. It's a bit of a meme loadout, but it does mean we can actually kill demon hosts if we want to.
Oh, you're on your zealot.
I'm on my zealot. Yeah, I'm going to be different today.
Yeah, but see, I'm super unoriginal, so I'm sticking to my guardsman life.
Fair.
Oh, so we've got like a proper full loadout. A psyker, a zealot, a veteran, a potato.
Yep.
Actually, hold up. I'm gonna
overgrown toddler.
Joe, let me change my cosmetics around a little bit. I want to use this. New helm.
Oh, I wanted to ask Ash. Did you see the skin for the knife? The Catachan skin.
Let me go take a look at that. Because
it looks a lot better on the blade. The picture they have of it looks like absolute shit.
Let me see. Is that the Mobian one, or
yes.
is it?
Yeah, it's actually I thought it was just like blood splattered on a black knife, but it's actually like designs drawn on the knife in red. Actually, it kind of looks pretty cool.
No, I am gonna buy that.
Pay piggy.
Hey, nobody accused us. Nobody accused us of not being consumer whores. Let's be real here. All right, let me fuck around with the loadout.
But yeah, I've always kind of described WoW as basically the comic book, fantasy of the gaming world, because it literally is basically that setting where you're probably going to run into an evil twin at some point. Actually, fucking Anduin and a bunch of them did run into evil twins of themselves multiple times. Fucking Varian in the comics comes back from being a slave for about 5 minutes and runs into his evil twin, but it's actually not an evil twin. It's just, it thinks it's Varian. It thinks it's Varian. It was created by Lady Katrana, and I want to say it ends up siding against her. But
that's a very nice shotgun.
But then
68 novels. Yeah, I didn't buy into the whole fucking novels. Jesus Christ, stupid.
I mean, you don't want to hear how important WoW storylines end between expansions.
And I kept reading the novels, the Christie Golden novels, between the expansions, going, "Oh yeah, it'll make much more sense." Bullshit.
I always kind of hated that about WoW. Is that as I said, I just got finished saying I love the story, but I know it's bad writing, and the bad writing is the fact that it's if you think of the stories as paragraphs, there's no connecting bits in between them. It's suddenly you go from Wrath of the Lich King to, oh shit, in a cutscene that was the cinematic trailer, Deathwing came out of wherever and then wrecked the world. It's So the world is just wrecked overnight, and like we're just kind of like acting like, oh well, the fucking emergency efforts are already done, in most areas.
There was supposed to be a whole thing where like in game where like Deathwing would show up in Stormwind, and the one like general guy outside, you would hand like the heads of Onyxia and Nefarian to him to get
Marshall
the world
Maxwell or something like that.
Yeah.
Major recommendations on a new Ogryn. Play around with all the weapons. I mean, that's almost any class, but play around with all the weapons and get comfortable with what you like to do on an Ogryn. There's some really good builds that make you really, really, really super survivable in the class.
Yeah. There's also some that make you really powerful at wave clear as well. Especially if you run the Mark III cleaver, you will literally just breeze through zombie hordes.
Yeah, get the Mark III, Mark IV cleaver. I like the heavy stubber, but some people swear by the shotgun. So.
Yeah. To be honest, even the grenade gauntlet isn't bad. In fact, I'd say at the moment, I don't think the Ogryn's got a bad gun. They got some iffy melee weapons that are a bit niche, but I've seen people make work well. But other than that, Ogryn's in a great place there. I'd almost go with overpowered.
In their niche, they are a little bit overpowered, but
yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, there was this whole thing with the there was like this whole data mined event where Deathwing was supposed to show up in Stormwind and actually wreck it, like he was supposed to experience it. And then the guy you'd give Onyxia and Nefarian's heads to for the world buff would like try to stop him and die. Like he'd have like a heroic last stand. Instead he dies off screen, and the opening cinematic was the only like view you get of Deathwing destroying the world. And even then, the version that happens in the cutscene is not the version that happens in actual canon, because he takes a different route.
I'll tell you what pissed me off. I'm still salty about that raid.
Which one? That's
the Deathwing raid where you're actually all you do is pop pimples on his back.
Oh yeah, and then like flush him down a toilet.
Yeah. And that you aren't the one that actually wins to get to the death.
Yeah, you're
Green
just,
Jesus.
Yeah, you're
exactly.
You're just holding the line so Thrall can like power up the spirit bomb.
Yeah, these are like, I remember that was like a primary issue with Cataclysm at the time. Is that like it was Thrall at his most egregiously like main character status, and then like afterwards we had Mists of Pandaria, where the primary issue is that the Pandarans are masturbated super hard. They're all like, you need to stop being so emotional. You should be like us, stagnant and unfeeling, and also very indolent. And then like you run into the spirit of their old emperor, and he's like, actually, yeah, I kind of fucked up, and the reason they are like this is because of that. And it's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's like literally it's like one of the Shah is like of stagnation, and he kind of like, yeah, I kind of gave it like tons of power. Bitch. Was that the one you fight in the like it was literally the first? It wasn't the first boss of Siege of Orgrimmar, but it was the Shah you fight before going to Orgrimmar proper.
You know what? Might have been. I can't remember which that one was.
It's been so unbelievably long.
Oh, I think it was the Shah of Pride. It was his pride that he had difficulty erasing, and unfortunately, that was what led to the Shah even being a thing.
But getting back to it. Yeah, Ogryn is definitely it could be an acquired taste. It's never going to be the super fast. If your playstyle is like super edgy Twitch gaming, ultra speed, you're not.
If you play like a modern COD player, you're not going to enjoy Ogryn.
No, but if you want to just wade in and just absolutely wreck whole fucking groups and walk Or for example, that you could take a barrel blast or a poxburster blast
Yeah.
and lose next to nothing in health. You'll laugh at most of your. I mean, you'll end up with a combined. I'm trying to remember. Your toughness and your health will be into the mid 600s.
We'll give you an idea. I'm currently sat on 414 health and 99 toughness.
And that's kind of low for an Ogren.
Yeah. And that's not even min-maxing. That's just
probably for more, power and killing power. So
yeah.
They're looking at me, honey.
I'm sorry.
And, I mean, right now I'm not even in coherency. I'm just spawn camping the enemies over the other side of the room on my own.
Yeah.
And because you can do that.
Yeah, they shouldn't be able to see me.
Yeah.
Okay, John.
Yeah, they can't see me. My time is now. Bing chilling.
But I love the shit out of my Ogre. I'm only playing this guy because it's a little bit different. We already have an Ogren. I mean, not that you can have too many Ogrens, but
No, I have been in a game with 4 Ogrens. It was hilarious.
The 4 Ogren groups are great, especially if you all bring the fucking JDAM grenade.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and plus the conversations between them.
Yeah,
It's literally all the conversations. And when Hadron gives the briefing, she does it in Ogre, basically. Go that over there, kill that.
Yeah, like a briefing on how to do a spec ops mission that a 5-year-old could understand.
God, it's nice playing this character with a group that knows what they're doing.
Right?
Oh God,
Yeah.
I don't go above tier 2 with. I don't go above tier 2 with randos.
I run 4s on stream. I can do Damnation, but it's a bit more difficult. I can't do that and stream because it's just
it gets the same way for me. I feel bad because I have to focus on the game, but I also know people are talking in chat, might want me to read what they're saying. I was like, oh god, my anxiety.
And you're doing that, and even if it's like a dull patch and no one's talking in chat, you still got to like talk, because if someone comes in, all they hear is just silence and you hitting things. It's not entertaining. Yeah.
I mean, I could be breathe heavy into the mic like a speedrunner if y'all want.
Or me after I've been out for a smoke.
Okay, guys, I will never do that again. I promise. Oh, I don't think you... Did my mic top out? You didn't hear it?
Might have?
Because that's hilarious if that happened.
Ow. Ow.
Oh, get down here. Okay. Oh, they heard it. Okay. Yon Trapper.
Ow.
The problem with Ogren after you play it as your main is every other class seems really squishy and weak.
Yeah. Less so with the Psyker. I find it less so with the Psyker because you've got so many ways to replenish your toughness. It's not too bad. You still get one shot by certain things, but I don't know. I think Psyker's a little tankier than most, other than the Ogren.
I mean, literally, the Ogren is like Andre the Giant in Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Specialize in fighting crowds.
Your giant meat hooks.
Yeah, you just lay waste to every, and like you said, Bingley said, just have the fucking get the cleaver. Mark 3 or Mark 4 cleaver.
Mark 3. Mark 3 is Mark 3 is the one with the Vanguard for the light attack pattern. So you just spam light attacks, and that's all you need to do. Get that, get some confident strike, and just walk through enemies. Mark 4 and Mark 6 do the. It's more about heavy attacks, which works well with the new heavy hitter node. You guys okay over there?
Yeah, I was just waiting. I was just trying to let Ash get healed because he had a wound on him.
Okay, I'll come over and distract some stuff. I'm going to apologise for this melee weapon. It does knock things around more than it kills them.
Understandable. Oh, it's the Grenadier Gauntlet, right?
No, the shield. If I use the light attack, the club sends things flying. If I use the punch with the shield for a heavy attack, it just kills stuff.
Yeah.
Well, at this difficulty anyway.
I had to ask him a question.
That bulwark didn't know, man. No matter whichever direction he turned, he was going to die.
The shield's really only good if you can shake your enemies.
Or just punch them with it. Which is mostly what I'm doing here.
What did somebody ask me one time? Why is that called a latrine shovel? You know, the Ogren shovel? So you use it to dig the latrine. Well, what else do you use it for? A spoon.
Oh. Ammo box.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
I only noticed it because I clicked on it.
I'm jumping down before that thing, before I get,
Where's that sniper? There he is, there he is. Oh, you got it. Good, good. That is the one thing I do make, is it pretty much immune to snipers.
That's a lot of maulers. That's a lot of dead maulers. There's like 5 or so of them, but most of them were dead by the time they reached us.
The pistol is love. The pistol is life. The revolver is, I think it's like a 50 caliber revolver. It's like
something like that. It's
sure, why not?
It's some stupid impractical caliber because it's 40K.
Well, what it reminds me of is the in the first Hellboy.
Oh right,
yeah.
He has
the Samaritan.
Yeah, that's literally what it looks like to me.
I think it's like it's in its construction, like the metal that makes up the barrel is like it has like one of the nails.
That's a lot of guys.
Like one of the nails that pierced Christ's hands. It was like used in the construction of the barrel, and wood from the cross was used in the handle. Like the whole thing is basically a giant, fuck demons gun.
Reminds me of like talk about a movie that I don't think got proper credit, and people may disagree, was Constantine.
Yeah,
no, I agree.
Yeah,
that movie should have got a lot more love than it did.
It was. The problem is he wasn't a blonde scouser. So and that was people. And he ate nicotine gum at the end. That was literally the only complaints people had, and I get them. It's a reasonable complaint. But at the same time, it was a good movie.
It's a great movie, yeah.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's really good to watch.
Imagine Keanu Reeves actually playing it like an actual arsehole and doing it well.
Yeah, it's basically Keanu Reeves' Demon Hunter. That's the best way to describe it. Like, I don't know, like one of my favorite bits is when he gets the thing full of dragon's breath, like not figurative, actual dragon's breath, and he's all like, I thought he couldn't get this anymore, and his buddy who supplied it to him says, well, I know a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah.
And then he later turns it into a flame-throwing, crucifix-shaped crossbow.
Shotgun.
That shoots, dragon fire-coated holy bolts.
There was one asshole actor in it, but even he was a tolerable character.
Is he the guy who played Satan?
No, Shia the Beef.
Oh, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
he's in that. And
he's really cool. In that movie, he's actually really cool. Kind of like he is in Fury.
Yeah, he's a tolerable person.
Yeah, I hope he learned his lesson after he got arrested for making racist statements.
Hey, they will not divide us.
Status divided.
One of the greatest 4chan moments in all of history.
Yes.
And the greatest game of capture the flag ever.
No matter where they hit that damn thing.
It's up there with the 4chan Tumblr war. Which, if funnily enough, may have been a false flag attack. Fucking, what do you call it? Because, oh shit. I got a box and they can't see me.
Yep. I've got a box and I'm fast, because I'm a big boy.
But yeah, there are people who believe that, the 4chan Tumblr war was a false flag attack by Paul, convincing Tumblr to try to troll 4chan. Which then resulted in 4chan going on Tumblr and posting, like, gore and shit. And filling up, like, popular shipping hashtags with gore.
I mean,
so the Makonzo shipping tag was probably tolerable for a bit.
Oh my god. No, there's no such thing as a tolerable Overwatch hashtag.
I don't know, Junkrat/Roadhog, probably attracts the right kind of people.
No, you're not. No, you're not. They don't even know I'm here.
Damn it! I heard the thank you at the last second.
Yeah, he's dead.
Ow. We got all the things.
No.
We need 2 more, probably from this other train.
Yep. Found one.
Rude. Very rude.
I got the dog. Okay, I'm popping smoke at the entrance.
Okay. I'm gonna walk out and taunt everything.
At the last one.
Yeah, I'm stealthed up and running with the box.
I'm just gonna kill stuff for a bit. You guys seem to have this.
Ow.
Thank you.
How rude! They keep shooting me in the back.
Yeah, gone are the days of my bees being way too overpowered, but they are still pretty damn powerful.
Yeah.
But it also encourages me to use my other weapons. Like, I literally didn't need to use any other weapons to just kill and kill again with the bees.
Oh, everybody on board. There's a sniper. Everyone on board.
Trying to get on board.
Oh, he just shot.
You caught one. You caught one in the forehead on the way out.
Hey, I got a new cosmetic, because that's what I need is more fucking clothes in this game.
Right?
The end game is fashion.
You can't fight heresy if you ain't cute. All right, I got to backtrack a little bit. Believe it or not, John Constantine's character is somewhat similar to Johnny Silverhand, but he becomes a better person in the end. Huh. And Psyche says, what about that time 4chan bombed ISIS? Yeah, that time Paul sent coordinates. Paul figured out the location of of an ISIS base and sent coordinates to the Russians, and the Russians bombed their ass. Do not fuck with Paul.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the one good thing about ISIS. It united everybody in hatred of them.
Yeah. For a few minutes there, everyone in the Middle East was like, you know what? Fuck these guys.
And Russia, and America, and Europe. Literally everyone was just like, no, let's just get rid of these people.
Most successful CIA psyop. It actually almost caused world peace. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, since I know we always make fun, you saw who released the video game, right?
Who? Oh, Alex
Alex
Jones.
Jones.
Yeah, I heard about that. It's a fucking it's a Metal Slug clone.
Yeah, I was hoping it would be on Steam. I didn't think they'd have the balls, but it's
it's not going to be on Steam.
My wife's like, "Dude, are there gay frogs?"
Alright, I just need to take a quick break. I'll be back in a few minutes.
That's just called the standard Frenchman.
But he's not French.
Well, what were they trying to tie? They were trying to tie him to Blair White. I'm like, because she keeps appearing on the show, and I'm like, God.
So, wait, so you're saying he's got no problem with trans women?
Funnily enough, yeah, as long as they're not being complete twats, yeah, he's.
I mean, yeah, Blair White's actually pretty based by not being massively annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to go AFK real quick, too. I will be right back.
Okie doke.
Please behave in chat.
Never.
Haha. Time to talk about Girl Genius again. Ad nauseum. My chat now. But no, seriously, go read that. Like, super duper recommend. It's both hilarious and a good read. If you're looking for something that will occupy your time, it's got a fucking huge backlog.
And if you like subplots with subplots and
Fucking
characters reappearing after years of being away, it's perfect.
Reappearing, like, in that sort of very old-fashioned classical, like, adventure story fashion where they kind of just like fly in from like the ceiling of the camera and be all like, haha, I am drop kicking this enemy, also I am a character in the story, remember? Yeah.
I always like to joke, it's kind of like J.R.R. Tolkien in the Silmarillion. All right,
Wow.
I'm going to give you a massive list of names at the beginning. Then I'm not going to mention this motherfucker for 200 pages. And you better remember, because his name is just like 10 other names, but one letter different. And how do you dare not remember, you know, who this person is?
Yeah, that sounds like Tolkien. Yeah.
It's like reading... If you really get involved in studying Roman history, it's like people go, "Oh, Julius Caesar." Which one? What do you mean? His dad, Julius Caesar? His grandfather, Julius Caesar?
I remember I remember having a teacher who did ancient histories in college, and she basically said the reason for that is because quite literally, like, the early Roman Republic had a big fucking boner in their pants about, like, yeah, oh, we can only do this if our ancestors did that. So, like, if you wanted to, like, go anywhere and get any legislation done, you had to have that approved by, like, the government on the basis of, would our ancestors approve? Well, the naming ties into that because the only names they had were, like, Romulus, Remus, and the various friends that they had, and that was it. And they had no female names. Your name was always like based off of your father's like clan or something like that.
Yeah, that's why Julia. Let's say Caesar would have had 4 daughters. They could have all conceivably been named Julia.
Yeah, exactly. Not like that's confusing at fucking all.
And then their names would change once they married. But up to that point, that's it.
Anyway, I'm back. On that note, there is a joke in Britain. So it's a woman comes to a door in a council estate and yells out the name Jaden, and a bunch of kids come running towards her. And the guy walking down the street's like, "How do you get all the kids to run to you by calling out one name?" "Well, I name all my kids the same name." "Well, how do you tell them apart?" "Oh, I use their father's surnames."
Yeah, we have that joke in the U.S. too for certain neighborhoods that will go unmentioned.
I get back and oh my god, we're
right on the edge of that joke. Yeah,
yeah.
Oh shit, TOS violations.
I said, I'm like, hey, behave while I'm gone. It's like, and then these motherfuckers just like, no.
That joke's made it over here too, and we apply it as needed.
Okay, I'm gonna launch us into one more, and then we're probably gonna switch over to chatting then for a while.
Just chatting.
Just chatting.
Yep.
You know,
The Marshall hot tub stream.
I'm still trying to figure out how to actually do that with the avatar I have. It'll probably be cursed. I'll probably do it for my anniversary stream.
I still got that one that Manda created of your unhelmeted self with the boobs. You can use that for your April Fool's stream.
Philosopher, I was gonna bring up the squeaking and what it sounded like, but I was too well bred to say it sounds like two rhinos fucking in the background.
Ever hear the sound of two turtles fucking? It's the dumbest fucking sound effect you could possibly imagine. It literally sounds like squeaking.
No, we used to have a joke in the army about that. And you'd walk up to somebody that had their helmet on, you take your helmet off, and hey, troop, you know what it sounds like when two turtles fuck? What? And you'd whack their helmet with your helmet.
You see, my response is going to be, it sounds like the horses from Monty Python. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Two coconuts.
Clacking coconuts together.
Now look at it. Look how much IQ is in this bird with two ogre.
Yeah, we're almost making double digits.
Between the two of you, you've got an IQ you've got an IQ of like 80.
Yep,
that high.
We can count
the IQ of like a fucking 6-year-old child.
We can count to 8.
I'm not taking my shoes off though. Last time I did that, something bit my toe.
Do you think the Ogren has to help them find their shoes every day and help them put them on to the right foot? And then has to console the Ogren that didn't listen and wound up putting like his shoes on to the wrong feet and now they're uncomfortable?
Honestly, I don't think an Ogren would notice.
Yeah, their shoes are probably like the old Civil War era, where it's just shoe. There's no left or right.
Yeah, it's one side. It's like one shoe fits.
Watch out
Demon.
on the left.
Oh, Demon Head. Do we want to? I have a door.
No, he's got the shield. Yeah, go.
And I've got
kill the little stuff first. Kill the little stuff first. Just in case, if we kill the little stuff first, the gunner's over here. I mean, it's not an issue for me. I'm more thinking you guys.
Okay. All right,
yeah, that should do.
You go and piss him off. I got crack grenades.
Boop. Oh, there's a flamer.
I missed with both crack grenades. Gotcha.
The best thing to do with grenades is throw them at my feet.
Yeah. Nobody said it was smart.
Never.
Who knew throwing a knife at a sniper would take them out?
The sniper dies to a knife at range.
How embarrassing.
Oh, that's not the melee weapon I want.
He's gonna that sniper's gonna lose his position in FaZe Clan.
Honestly, the snipers in this game vary between embarrassing and actually slightly confident, because like some will be actually positioned like hard to reach, and others will be like, oh, you ran into me around a corner, I'm going to try to scope you.
To be fair, he's probably like, your average person trying to play that, a MLG sniper 360 loop zoop no scope motherfucker in an FPS. When he actually runs around a corner and encounters somebody, he just panics.
I.e. me, because I don't really do snipers in FPSs.
Did you hear what your character just said?
What?
I've killed so many people, I'm sure glad they're not real. Who knew solipsism could be, you know, an excuse for mass
Damn
murder?
it! I was gonna lunchbox it.
Yeah, like, Cinder isn't exactly a soldier, unless Dorfman's around and it's basically like, I don't care who you are or where you're from, today you're a soldier.
They're killing field.
You can't exit the Serbia colony without moving the cargo elevator.
Sorry, someone was shooting me in the back. I'll catch up.
That was probably Marshall.
It was probably
No. It was actually an enemy.
He likes dumping his load onto Ogren backs.
You know, I've been such a terrible shot in this round. I'm actually a little like, what am I doing with my life?
I like how when there's a mob coming, the Ogrens get excited. They're like, ambush, yes!
Oi, Ranger, no shit, no hitting me in the back. Rude.
Oh, Rapper got me.
Right, they should all be focusing on me.
I didn't even see the trapper and all that.
I got him.
He's currently in a 3-Ogren squad with Sally McSaggy tits, and he doesn't know what to say.
Just say you saw this very scene on a website.
I miss having my charge.
Yeah, I like having the burst override.
Yeah,
Charge was fun.
I'm running the taunt on this
fucking,
loadout.
Fucking shotgunners, honey.
That was, and I killed all of them.
But they weren't real anyway, so.
Yeah. Cinder just dreamed them into existence for me. Thank you for helping me pad my kill feed.
I mean, you know, Cinder doesn't have to be the main character always. You know, it's more fun if the other characters have, like, a personality. Cinder is a consumer of good fiction, not, you know, wish fulfillment fiction.
So his isekai is an actual plot, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Like, his favorite story is this one about some ghosts and their commissar. You know, weird that there are, like, ghosts and a commissar going around. But, you know, it's a good story all the same.
I'm sad now.
That's okay. They all meet as beloved in the end.
I'm even more
Except
sad.
one of them. That one.
Yeah, that one. Fuck that one.
Nearly
I
missed
like
the
to
bus
think
steal.
in the afterlife, the Emperor is there surrounded by all the faithful Ogrens. Just picture this.
You know, when you think about it, technically all Ogren are faithful. It's just that some have been convinced to not be faithful, but they're still faithful.
Yeah, true.
I'd argue all humans are faithful to. Well, all humans are faithful. It's a question of who they're faithful to.
What was our thing? The most evil person, the commissar that tells the Ogrens the Emperor doesn't like them.
Yeah. He is not going to meet the Emperor.
Wait, that was an actual commissar? Fuck him.
Yeah.
I
Who's
don't
the
know.
evilest person in 40k? And it was like Angron, you know, blah blah, or the commissar that tells all his Ogren the Emperor doesn't.
I don't know. I don't know if this is an actual character, but if he is, like, wow, get fucked.
There's an entire book about it, and it's just right after they describe him, it just says, "And fuck that guy in particular."
That would actually be funny.
Right.
Oh shit.
I'd buy that book
But just to see him die.
just to see how he dies.
It'd probably be that fucker from the beginning of Necropolis.
What, the one who abandoned his troops?
that, or like the one who like was like a huge bitch about Gaunt for the better part of the book, and all because like he was all like, "Oh, you were afraid of me." It's like, no, it's because you're a complete sociopath, and I don't like your type as a commissar.
What's that new commissar character? And I bought the book because I'm such a fucking whore.
Right.
But the female commissar that they're suddenly trying to make like the new.
Oh, Severina Rain, yeah.
Yeah, the Uber main. I think you were telling us that how they just sprung it on everybody.
Yeah, because they said they were making a mini of a fan favorite commissar, and then everyone was like wondering if it's going to be like Gaunt or Kane, because Yarrick already has like
right.
books and a model, so that would leave Gaunt or Kane, and then they reveal Commissar Severina Rain, who was from a short story no one had heard of, and everyone was like, "Bro." Like,
I bought the book and it says, "Oh my god, this is a Severina Rain novel," and I'm like,
"Who?" Yeah, because that was the problem. It was not that people were like mad that like at a female commissar. People were mad that they got promised like a fan favorite, and that's like, who?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure it'll be a good book, but it's like, who the fuck is this person again?
Yeah, you're building up expectations, and then like, dashing them against the wall.
It's like those times when they're like advertising a game or something like that, or a movie, and like egregiously refer to it as like award-winning when it hasn't even come out yet, or some shit like that. They like really try to amp it up as like important. It's like, no, I'm sorry, this isn't the thing.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, the Marvels.
Nah, nobody knew that was going to be successful. No, nobody believed that would be successful. Not even Disney.
Fix it now.
Oh, I wanted to shoot that trapper, but his head popped before I could.
I pulled a trick shot through one knife, took out two.
He 360 no scoped.
But did he run to Zook?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
That's the one where you pull the plane into a loop, jump out of the plane, shoot another plane with a bazooka, and then land back in your own plane and keep flying.
Back in the day, I saw people pull that off in PlanetSide 2. Literally jump out of a plane, shoot someone with a missile launcher, and then jump back into the plane.
Yeah, I saw that in the game that originated it, which was oh god, my meat. I saw that in the game that
was a terrible game name.
What, my meat?
Did you see that sniper?
Yeah.
He jumped down, looked right at us, and jumped his ass right back up.
As he should.
Yeah, he sees a psyker and two Ogrins, just like, oh no.
He tries to jump back up, and I'm stabbing him in the ass the whole time.
But yeah, I saw people do the Ren to Zook in the game it originated from, which was Battlefield 3. Never saw someone do it in PlanetSide though.
Yeah, PlanetSide 2. I think you had to use the Vanu jet to pull it off because it fell slower.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, okay, I can understand, yeah.
Checking a chest over here.
That was really good timing. You hit him with the shield at the same time I power stabbed him.
Oh! Oh, you got...
So, I'm picking you up.
You fucking swung through the two fucking beefy Ogrins and slammed me.
Yeah, that'll happen.
So you got slammed by an Ogren, but I thought you wanted that.
I mean, yes.
But not like that. No, but not like that.
No. Well, yes, but no.
Well, yes, but actually, no.
Ammo.
I actually need that. Hold up. There we go.
Right, you're all a bit low, so I'll drop that.
Thanks.
I tend to save it for lifts and the transition sort of locker room things, airlocks, that's the word I'm looking for. Because you can guarantee the entire team will be in one place at that point.
Alright,
There's a fucking station right around the corner. Ah! Oh!
Yeah, but...
Started getting smacked around. I was like, oh, that's gonna explode in my face.
There's 2 heals here. Han, you got one. You've got a wound.
What I suggest is we clear out what we can see from this door first, then whoever needs to heal heals.
Keep moving. You're looking for Hangar Delta 175.
Need assassin here, yes? Would you like us to a death cultist? Wouldn't advise it.
Do not like this talk of assassins.
Yeah, I'm still reminded of the what do you call it? The wannabe death cultist from the second Eisenhorn book.
All right, yeah, it's just like I sacrificed an infant. And it's like, no, you didn't. You're just here wearing bad leather.
Yeah, watching like he talked about how she probably watches snuff films that aren't even real.
Man, he was all wound up. He had a different plan in mind for that.
Yep.
Beauty. It was like, "Rah!" dead.
Yeah, they get really upset when you throw your lunch at them.
EA says saying, speaking of movies, does anyone think that the Borderlands movie will be any good? Oh, absolutely not.
There's a Borderlands? Okay, whatever. And you know what? It's going to be awful because Borderlands writing is literally what we've been like, just like the snarkier version of like Marvel writing.
Yeah, it's Marvel writing, but everything that's bad about Marvel writing is amplified. There's a... Wait, Tato went on ahead of us.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna catch up. Me and Ash are just dealing with a horde.
Yeah, I'm just both playing white woman. So.
To the dogs.
Yeah, I killed a few things.
Like,
Yeah,
look,
I noticed the pile of meat.
I enjoyed Borderlands when it was new, but like I've grown up since then, and basically
it
like,
doesn't replay that well.
Yeah.
yeah,
Especially with the god-awful balancing in, like, 1. Okay, I got a vent.
So yeah, we just carpet bombed the area. It's often the best way to deal with crushers.
I waved death there. I mean, what?
oh, that was a bad place for you.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that could have been off the ledge.
Which, to be fair, they normally don't try to throw or run you into an area like that.
Yeah.
Iron Guild 12, well, welcome to the stream, and rip to the BL movie. I'm assuming you mean Borderlands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
BL stands for Shonen, what was it?
Boys Love.
Boys Love, yeah.
Boys Love, Black Library, Borderlands. It's unfortunately a heavily used acronym.
Big McLarge, thank you very much. Brother here.
Okay.
Oh,
And for those of you who don't know what the boys love genre is, just to clarify how unfortunate that sounds, that's yaoi. That's the gay manga written by women for women.
more specifically, it's yaoi sans the sex. It's just like male-male romance. While technically it often is between teens, but like teens of the same age.
You know how I learned about it? South Park. in the Fractured But Whole game, you have to go around. One of the side quests is collecting yaoi pictures all over South Park.
For who?
For an aficionado
Oh.
in the town.
Oh, so Futoshi.
But
You know,
yeah, and he's trying to explain how hey, it's not really porn. It's actually fine art, and he's like trying so hard. And his kid's like,
God.
It's porn.
Just stop. Yeah, stop.
No, it's fucking porn. And you know what? That's okay.
Yeah, but don't try to justify it.
Porn is a form of art, no matter how much people may not want to say it.
And the internet.
I mean, you know, most of the shit that we see from the Renaissance is literally
Porn.
Yeah, porn. It was from some dude's private collection. Oh, here's an art history factoid. If a piece of art is like, say, small, let's say like maybe a foot by a foot, that's meant for personal viewing, not for like hanging up on a wall in a big area. So things like, you know, the Mona Lisa, for instance, really tiny. Yeah, personal viewing. Somebody wanted that woman to like, either be the equivalent of a family photo, or they wanted it for personal consumption.
It's the Mona Lisa was someone's waifu.
I mean, quite literally. Allegedly, the Mona Lisa was based off of a real person.
One of my favorite pictures is one, and it's a lot smaller than most people realize, is it's two women, like, crouched at the foot of a bed. One's holding a ring, the other one's holding the first one's nipple. And I'm like, don't tell me this is anything but porn, okay?
Oh, see that. Come get this, yeah.
He's calling me by my character name. I've been accepted.
Look, it's on reflex, okay?
But it's quite literally just, it's like, okay, it's porn, we know.
Thanks,
porn. You're not hiding that it's porn, but what's the difference between art and porn? Oh, about 200 years.
Yeah, basically. The difference between art and porn is, well,
how much does it cost when you buy it?
Yeah, it's like it is strictly based on, you know, the opinion of the individual. I mean, like, look at obscenity laws. When they set up obscenity laws, they then ask, so if judges are meant to know what is obscene, what are the judges going to go by? And the judge literally
see it.
Yeah, the judge literally said, "I'll know it when I see it." It is purely subjective. But remember, the Sistine Chapel's covered in dicks.
I still find it funny, like, Michelangelo, you know, as in Michelangelo's David, as in Sistine Chapel, Michelangelo, he hated drawing, female sculpture. Like, there's, like, this sculpture out there, basically has the physique of a man until you get to the tits, which for all the world look like somebody jammed tomatoes onto the chest.
Yeah, it's like he had no idea what they really look like.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, he was putting them there because he had to, and no other reason.
Begrudgingly, because, of course, everything they ever did that's, like, publicly seen, done by commission. Somebody asked for, like, a sculpture of a woman, and he was like, fine, fuck. Like, I want to say his original, like, approach was of a dude, and they're like, no, it has to be of a chick. And he's like, you know what, fine, fuck you. And, I mean, he did that a lot in his career. Like, I want to say at least one of the murals in the Sistine Chapel, or at least in the Vatican, is literally depicting his then, like, you know, the then Pope and the immediate secondary as, like, writhing around in hell and whatnot. He did some spicy shit, let's just say.
He was a shit. He was, you know, I really got to appreciate them old school shit posters. It's like, when they wanted to shit post, they painted that shit on like, the roof of a church, on like, the ceiling of a church.
Yeah.
one dick at a time.
They were also way over dramatic. I forget, is it Brunelleschi? The guy responsible for the Duomo Dome. There's like a whole hilarious story surrounding that, because originally he involved himself in a competition to, like, carve a, like, just like a little placard thing. It was like supposed to be of, I think, David versus Goliath, or no, it was Abraham about to sacrifice his son on the mountain, and he did a, like, version of this and was like the loser in the competition. Now, okay, lost the competition, no big deal, right? No. This is the Renaissance, or the early Renaissance. Everything has to be high drama. This guy freaks right the fuck out and goes into hiding outside of Florence for the better part of several months before coming back because of the disgrace. And then the guy who won that competition was asked to design the the Duomo. But the dome was kind of an issue because it's a dome. They're fucking hard to build, and they're fucking hard to, architecturally design. So Like, they end up being like, fine, get in your like, your rival. And then this rival comes along and it's like, allegedly approaches like the people who are like supposed to like approve the design, cracks an egg on the table, and he's like, there you have it, that's the dome. And they're like, yeah, okay. But then he got kind of irritated because everybody referred to it as like Brunelleschi or whatever is like, or as like his rival's dome, and it's like, no, it's not his dome. I'm the one doing the work here. And then like decided, you know what, fine, I'm gonna fake sick for a month. And then people are like, so what's going on? And his rival's all like, yeah, Brunelleschi's sick. So eventually when Brunelleschi came back, it's like, they're all like, okay, fine, it's Brunelleschi's dome. I'm probably getting all the names wrong because I am fucking bad with names
if
and
you want to see
dates.
something sus, Bernini's what is it called? The Ecstasy of Saint Teresa.
Oh yeah,
You know what
one.
I'm talking about. It's like, so an angel is piercing Saint Teresa with an arrow, and she looks like she's enjoying it a lot. Let's just put it that way.
And I mean, the original, like, because it's based off of, the vision that made that particular saint a saint. And, like, she had it as a dream, and, I mean, let's be honest, people are people. They're like, yeah, a vision of an angel piercing you with an arrow. I'm sure that was totally an innocent one.
Was she secretly Stephanie Meyer? Because,
Well, I'll say, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful statue. When he renders her robes, it's in marble and it looks like cloth.
Yeah.
So well done. But you're looking, because I've actually seen the original in Rome, and I'm like,
look, I get it's a statue, but could get it.
She probably went out for a cigarette after this. That's all I'm gonna say.
I want to say they originally were like, okay, we want you to make the statue for this chapel, and then they were like, okay, we're moving it to the other like lesser known chapel because this is clearly like
behind a curtain.
Yeah, this is not right with the Lord.
Yeah, I mean it was done by he was commissioned by a cardinal. He just one look at it was like, no, we're gonna hide that one. Put that in my place, will you?
Look, I've got lots of nephews in the church. I know what's going on here.
Exactly.
All right, I'm changing the topic of the stream because we're gonna dip from Darktide for now, but we're gonna keep the stream going.
Erotic Renaissance art.
Alright. I'm probably going to keep playing. I've just Marshall, just put your Twitch channel link into my YouTube description so people can hopefully find you from there.
Nice. I gave you a shout out earlier, so
Yes.
I'm actually following you now, which I wasn't before because what the fuck. Actually, because here you raid me a lot, you watch my streams a lot, and here I'm like not following you, like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Thank you.
You have my approval to raid my boyfriend whenever you like. Raid him hard.
I promise not to break him.
And Zeph, I was in training up to 13 to be a priest, so I'll give you a dispensation on that. Don't worry.
All right, let's.
He's
Now,
like, "Eh."
Now, what have I missed on the Discord while what juicy drama has kicked up while I wasn't looking?
Zeph was afraid he was going to get excommunicated.
Oh, I mean,
Oh please! This shit's been discussed by people in the Catholic Church for eons.
Literally, they changed the name of the sculpture to the Ecstasy instead of I think it was called something else. It's like everybody was looking at it going, "Yeah, you ain't fooling nobody with that shit."
Yeah, I'm literally Catholic and discussing this right now and saying, yeah, it's covered in dicks. I mean, look, I have my faith in the Lord, but come on, man, it is literally covered in dicks. Okay.
But all dicks are good, and
I mean, you should totally bring up the sculpture, honey. It's like it's fine art. It's not lewd, but like even like a side shot of it, it's like that angel's got some like less than pure thoughts on its face as it's bringing down the arrow, and so does she.
and she's like laying back with this look of ecstasy. There's no other way to describe it. I'm like, brah.
Yeah.
Brah.
She is yeah. I've seen pictures of the statue too. It's like
I said, she needs a cigarette.
yeah, somebody was having thoughts when they made that statue. I'll just put it that way.
I think Bernini was the one who did that statue of I can't remember, like there was this there's like a fuckload of David and Goliath statues out there, but there's like one that's like cast in like bronze or something like that, and it's kind of like, okay, Michelangelo liked a mature man. The one who did this one liked a boy. There's no real better way to put it. Butt naked, ass cheeks out, well sculpted ass. This is still a child. It's like, what the fuck?
Bruh. I need fucking bruh sound effect dot MP4 for this.
Bruh.
Bruh. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me find it. All right. Yeah. All right. I'll be all. This should be it. This should be it. There we go.
All right, it was Donatello who did that statue. Not exactly my favorite of the David statues. Look, I like Michelangelo's David for obvious reasons.
Oh, hold up. EA says, "Oh yeah, anyone think Bloodlines 2 after all the shit that happened is going to be good?" Oh God, no.
No. There are some games that are just like, look, every bit of like reveal about it is just filling me with reasons that I don't think this is gonna come out decent. And I say that like genuinely as a Dragon Age fan. I don't expect Dreadwolf to be any better because other reasons. Fucking Bloodlines 2, they were like, oh, we're just so woke. We're like the wokest people ever out there, and also like our character is like a they them pussy. You can change them, but they're like defined characters. It's like that's not why people play these games, bitch.
Yeah, the White Wolf guys, Wolf Darkness guys, they've always been a bit woke. Even going back to the original sort of first ed Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse. So I kind of expect it from them. It's when you're looking at it, it's happening with like D&D and things like that. You're sort of really?
Well, there's a difference between like, say, having actually well-written, diverse characters and woke.
When it's pushing more of the message, to quote Critical Drinker.
Yeah, you know what? The message is a good way to put it if you want to like dodge terms of service.
Yeah. So
I don't know if it's against terms of service to say it, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So like they used she as the gender neutral pronoun throughout all their books. So like you read an original Vampire the Masquerade rulebook, at the beginning in the introduction, it literally spells out we use she as the neutral pronoun to refer to men and women.
So like the D&D books, because like they've been doing that since I think about 3rd edition. I always perceived that as them trying to like be like, hey, it's possible to play D&D and be a woman at the same time. But it's just sort of like a cheap way of enticing other like women to play when you've already got a baked-in male audience.
But this is the thing, right? The English language already has a gender-neutral third-person singular pronoun.
You know what? Actually, that reminds me of Gav Thorpe writing fucking Imperator: Wrath of the Omnissiah when he said, He said the reason he had when he made a gender-neutral tech priest, he gave the tech priest the pronouns of Z, Zim, and Zer, and the reason he said he did was because there's no gender-neutral pronouns in the English language. It's like, yeah, if this is why people...
There's no neutral pronouns in French, Spanish, Portuguese. Every other language has them, including Latin. Latin has like 3 different variants of gender neutral.
Yeah, it's like you see, Gav, this is why you're not beating the hack fraud author allegations, because anybody who understands the English language knows that you're wrong. And I mean, yeah, what's this? EA says in My Hero Academia, the male character from the Pussycats is trans, but we only learned that in a small part where Hariko gives us some info on the characters, and that's how it should. Yeah, the way I've said it, like I'll use a gay couple as an example. If you have a gay couple in a story, if you could swap them out for a straight couple, and nothing changes, then you're doing it right. And the example I'd use right now is the 2 dudes from Foundation Season 2.
Yeah.
The admiral and his husband.
It's actually a pretty solid thing, because like oftentimes when they have like a gay couple and things, at least one of them will be like the most TOS violation-y of the Pride Parade. Yeah, they'll always have one be like the very like hypersensitive, effeminate like gay character, and then they'll have the masculine one, and the masculine one is almost always limited to certain personality traits, namely questioning his sexuality, or dealing with the fact that his homophobia was actually him being mad at the fact he was gay and didn't want to admit it to himself. But no, the gay couple in Foundation Season 2 are actually they're like, there's actually 2 of them, though the one kind of flies under the radar, but it's like they're both like a pair of guys, but the one we're talking about is the admiral dude was like thrown in prison because he defied an order from the emperor, and he was told his husband was killed, but his husband wasn't killed. They just told it to like torture him. They told him that to torture him psychologically, and while he was in prison, wasting away for the rest of his life. And yeah, they're a really well written pair of characters. Yeah, because they're no, sorry.
I always go, if you're gonna have a same-sex couple, as long as them being homosexual or bisexual or whatever isn't their personality, it generally is going to work.
Yeah. In this case, like, sorry.
It's when it's like literally my personality is I'm a lesbian. That's not a personality. I'm sorry. No, just no.
Rian Johnson putting a character into a thing. Put a chick in it, make her lame, and make her gay.
Yep.
Well, okay, Kathleen Kennedy, but yeah, I getcha. Rian Johnson was complicit.
Yeah, but like I was gonna say, like in the case of the Foundation's character, that like they're a husband duo. 90% of like their interactions are not like, oh, we're gay. It's my husband was literally in jail in like a work camp experience and was thrown in there for the crime of going against the emperor because the orders he was given would get like a lot of his own men killed, and he refused to do that. And now he's kind of fucked up, and I'm wondering if he's still properly in like all there. So it's like less. It's like it's a sort of like characterization you could have out of a heterosexual couple just fine.
Yeah, it's like I said, if you can make the LGBT couple, if you can write them as a straight couple and nothing changes, then you've written actual characters and you haven't just written a token, which is how you should do it.
Right. So, see that as you're still in the group, do you want to jump into another mission?
I'm actually going to grab my dinner.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Thank you for the offer, though.
It's all right.
I will still be here, but I should also grab myself some food, so I will be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in chat and just keep playing for the sake of my stream. So,
Chat.
right, yeah, I'll run a bit more heresy because I do need the all of those lovely crafting mats.
Okay, the World Championships of Warhammer is over, and yeah, the preview at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. We're just gonna be here, live shooting the shit. We should probably move up to the open chat channel if people want to join in.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna move y'all up there. One moment.
All right.
We've been tasked with getting an encrypted report out to a listening station on the edge of the system. We can't broadcast it from the morning.
Hello?
Gamerword.
Oh.
Oh god.
So we're borrowing a
Oh god.
context
My stream broke. Hold on.
This is on top of our kind of
We're back.
cigarettes deep in contested territory. So at least you'll not be bored.
Okay, there we are. All right, yeah, it's fixed. Stop panicking. Okay. Okay. Philosopher says, regarding the woke stuff, a wise streamer once said, "I'd rather stream into the empty void of space. We don't need to fill up every IP with as much as possible. I'd rather have 1 million fans for Warhammer rather than 1 billion tourists and activists." Yeah, that's very truthful. I guess what are we waiting for? We're waiting for we're going like just we're just filling time until 10 p.m. You know, with the new the Warhammer Championship reveal stream starts, and we're gonna watch that. You know, just wasting time, talking, etc. See ya. Sonora says, "I'm just confused when motherfuckers want to insert progressive shit into 40k because the Imperium has progressed way past that stuff long." Yeah, that's the point I always point out about the Imperium, how it's weirdly, you know, it's weirdly progressive, and how everyone stopped. If you want a mutant or a psyker, no one gives a shit.
Yeah. You think you've got to say like the guard? Yeah, it is literally a unisex armed forces, men and women serving right side by side.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's different planets and different traditions, but at the end of the day, it's not like, you know, that's those planets. Like, you got planets like Cadia, where it's like, you know, it doesn't matter what you are. You'll be field stripping a las gun by the time you're 5.
Yeah, and then you've got Katachan with the muscle mummies.
Yeah, but then you'll have ones like, say, oh shit, Payne's Regiment is from there. Valhalla. You'll have like Valhalla, where, you know, they do recruit from both men and women, but they keep them separate, you know, in separate regiments, which probably smart. I mean,
I can speak from experience to say it's a very smart.
Yeah, because canonically, Kane has apparently delivered some children in his time. Which is, you know, a terrifying prospect. Probably more terrifying than fighting any Xenos. The thing in the Deathwatch Shadowbreaker novel, State of the Guard, was extremely... What? Deathwatch Shadowbreaker. Well, I'll tell you this much, the Deathwatch novels are already known as being not very good. So, yeah.
Yeah, as Zeph said, it's a hot mess in the way we have integrated units. It's just...
Yeah, like, what do you call it? Like in, like in Double Eagle, the head of that Ace Pilot Corps, the Apostles. The head of the Apostles says that, you know, they're generally pretty old-fashioned when it comes to recruitment. That they don't look for women. But that was specifically the Apostles. And then the one girl in the novel literally becomes the first woman to join them because of how fucking badass she was. Granted, she was also like kind of an asshole because she fucked with the one newbie pilot's head. Like got in a relationship with him until he looked embarrassing, and then she broke up with him because it would look bad for her. Oh, that's a good book. I gotta stop talking about it, or I'm gonna drive myself to read it again.
Yeah. So I really do need to read more of the modern 40k books. I'm kind of limited at the moment in my knowledge to like Storm of Iron, a couple of the early Word Betterers novels, and Space Wolf. Well, the Space Wolf trilogy.
Oh yes, Storm of Iron. One of the ones they tried to use as a silver bullet in the whole. See, female Space Marines can exist. There's a female Space Marine.
No. There is not a female Space Marine.
No. I know. They literally stick her in the. They stick her in the armor, and she turns into a horrible chaos mutant. But she's not a Space Marine.
Yeah, it's not even Space Marine armor, is it? It's from what I remember. It's just a suit of armor, and I think it's. I've heard. I haven't read the book, but I've heard it's mentioned in one of the later Horus Heresy novels that it's a gift or something like that. I can't remember it now, but yeah, essentially, it's not actually power armor. It's just armor. Admittedly, she just pick up an Astartes chain axe, which is going to take some doing, but that's the power of Khorne. He likes making people fucking strong.
Yeah, it's literally like retard strength, the Chaos God. Oh,
yeah.
Zeph says he's currently listening to a Border Prince read Shadowpoint. Yeah, a Border Prince did audiobooks for Shadowpoint and Execution Hour, which were the two Battlefleet Gothic focused novels, and I think both of them need an official audiobook adaptation. Shadowpoint was one of the first, not Shadowpoint, but Execution Hour was actually one of the first 40k novels I ever read. Like, I read the Inquisition War trilogy, it was kind of like, what the fuck was that? But at the time, I was also getting into Battlefleet Gothic, and I saw Execution Hour, so I picked that up and read that. And that was like the first, compared to, say, the Inquisition War books, the first normal 40k book I ever read. Excuse me.
Many kinds of ugly.
Man, what was the first Space Marine novel I read? I can't actually remember. It's been so damn long. It was probably Hell's Reach, actually. Now that I think about it.
Mine was legit Space Wolf. The first Space Wolf novel when it was released. So yeah, I'm a bit old. But yeah, it was actually, I read that because it was written by the guy who wrote Felix and Gotrek. And I read that in it was part of, I think it's the first chapter of Skaven Slayer, where it was released in a White Dwarf. And that kind of got me hooked on the novels.
I try to remember the specific authors. I've trouble with that shit sometimes, especially for older books. I also haven't read everything, naturally.
There's just too much.
Yeah, there's just way too much to read. I'll be the first to admit, like I always say, I know that I know nothing. Alternatively, you know what? I am sort of retarded.
Yeah. I mean, for me, with the lore, it mostly caps out at what was running around 3rd ed. 3.5 ed. So, like, the Necrons have changed so much. barely recognise their lore now. It has some similarities, but it's not what I remember.
Well, something I think is funny about Necron lore is that the pariahs, even though they never came back, for the second codex, they aren't decanonized. Like they're still canon. They show up in the Caiaphas Cain books, and the thing with them is that they were like an experiment by the Necrons that they stopped utilizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one that always gets me is they've made changes to the rules that don't fit the lore for Chaos Marines, specifically the Iron Warriors. So the Iron Warriors, their basic troops are Khorne Berserkers, because who else do you want pushing through a breach in a wall? Yeah, best people for it are a bunch of suicidal guys who are happy to just charge directly through the enemy. Whereas the rest of it's made up of like Havocs and Terminators, Dreadnoughts, artillery pieces, all the rest of it. But the main sort of core foot troop is a Khorne Berserker. But now you can't actually field them. You go through the index for 10th ed for basic Chaos Marines. The only way you can field Khorne Berserkers is as an allied force, and you're limited to like 500 a quarter of your army.
Yeah, because way back then, Chaos Space Marines was just one big codex, included the demons too.
Yeah.
And it was only later they started adding other chapters and legions getting their own books.
Yeah.
Like the first big separation for Chaos was separating demons and Chaos Marines and Chaos Demons into two books. While they were giving I think Black Templars got their own rules first, but I could be wrong. But Zeph says, should I make a new account for Eve and get those points from you? You know what, Zeph? If you feel like it's necessary, go right ahead. I mean, I can't imagine that character's very old. Like the one that the one that you flew all over the place trying to figure out how to fly in Eve.
I mean, you can still redeem that code. I redeemed it on my old account and still got the points.
I think he might have redeemed it on another. Did you redeem it? Zeph? If you haven't redeemed it yet, you should be able to, get it to work. Also, hey, boobs.
I see you. Damn, the outcome of the game really is makes up the gamers.
Hold on. Yeah, it's like you click the link that I have posted, you log in with your account, and then you can pick which character you redeem it on. Like when you log in, and you redeem it on your main, and then you go into.
I did that.
Yeah.
Stop hugging all the cocking ammo.
Also, in other news, so the new Scott Pilgrim cartoon, it's not an anime. No Netflix. I will not call it an anime. It is not an anime. Has come out. Well, in the story, Scott Pilgrim dies in the first episode.
Then it's not.
He dies in the first episode, and Ramona Flowers, the girl who ruined an entire generation of women, is the new main character.
Why would you make it about Ramona Flowers? She's like literally no better of a person. Like he's cheating on his girlfriend at the time that he's trying to mac on her. But she's no fucking better. I mean, she's like, yeah, before you can date me, you have to deal with my fucking baggage. It's like, okay.
Like, well, I mean, it's like, and the thing is too, it always it's like I saw the actual movie, like the first movie, Scott Pilgrim. I never read the comic because, oh god, it's the most Reddit thing ever. But the movie was pretty fucking Reddit too. And, it just don't get me wrong. But the part that I really didn't sit well with me is, the character Ramona Flowers is an absolutely horrible person, but she never has to apologize for being that way, but Scott does through the whole thing. It's once again, the female character's resolved of all responsibility for like her own fuck ups.
Yep.
Like, the only thing she has to do in the original story is, basically forgive Scott. It's just.
I find it.
Oh, go ahead.
So I find it kind of funny that the good ending of the movie is considered the one he actually doesn't get with Ramona and just sticks with his like current girlfriend.
I mean, she's hotter. Look, Ramona Flowers looks like what you'd expect out of like a girl with a bad dye job. She looks like she's strung out on crack and will look worse with age. She is not hot. I still remember watching, I think it was like Iron Man 3, and one of the people that comes after him in that like, small town, I was like, Ramona Flowers, and Bo was all like, wait, is that her? And I'm like, I looked it up, I'm like, no, it's not her, it just looks like her. Basically, yeah.
I was fully ready for it to be her. I was about to be like, what the fuck?
Actually, hold on. Ramona Flowers, actress. Let me see what else she was in, because Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Sounds familiar. I don't know actresses or actors at all, but that name sounds familiar. What else has she been in?
The only actor I know is like, literally me.
Well, everyone knows. Oh, she was in Birds of Prey. That doesn't surprise me at all. She was the
Zathania
girl.
says she's apparently Ahsoka, or she's the Twi'lek general in Ahsoka.
God. Okay, let's see.
Wait, hold on. Is she the one that plays Harris? No. The one that plays Harris Adula is the guy that the girl that Ewan McGregor left his wife for.
No, she's Harrison Dula, yeah.
So that's who Ewan McGregor left his wife. I will say though, she does have cake.
Mid.
Terrible character.
Oh, that's a reason to hate her. She was in 10 Cloverfield Lane. That was when they just started. That was when they just started, tacking every fucking project they couldn't get off the ground with the Cloverfield name to get some kind of like hype behind it. It's
You say it was new. I say it was Will.
I mean, maybe.
Let me guess, a movie so boring that your girlfriend was like, let's ditch this joint. Fuck.
I can either confirm or deny these allegations.
Let's blow this popsicle stand because I have a popsicle I want to.
Okay, look. If I was dating somebody and they said without irony, "Let's blow this popsicle stand," I just like leave them there because like nobody
Things
talks
I
about
need to say now.
it. And they're gonna say it because you can get away with it.
Immediately throwing your statement out the window, though. You're like, if I was dating somebody and they said that, and I'm like, let's blow this popsicle stand, and you're just like, settling for you.
I think the worst part is I can actually unironically see Ash saying that.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding. That's not me. That's not a meme. That is from what I've gathered, I can see Ash saying that.
I mean, of course he's gonna say it now because like now he knows it'll bug me.
Also, one of my friends is not happy with the article I found.
Oh.
He's not.
Which one?
There's an article going around about how the KOTOR remake is dead. No one's working on it.
I mean, yeah.
And, well, I mean, so this has been a running thing. I've been saying this for literally years at this point. The KOTOR remake never was real, and it was never going to happen. It was just something to generate hype for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because at the time, Star Wars hype was kind of end and decline. And it was just like, because all we have seen in like 3 years of this game being announced is a fucking logo flash, and that is it. We've heard nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, plus what they had that Mags lady working on it. It was like we're gonna make it a progressive game for progressive eyes. Like, go fuck yourself. Were you not happy enough with getting literally your ugly ass face put on Black Cat. Yeah. The first Spider-Man game, Black Cat is designed to look like her. It's many such cases of woke Western female writer cannot create something without shoving herself in it.
I put a video in the Discord. I hope you all watch and enjoy.
So I'd say woke Western writer can't actually create anything. They can just take what already exists and remake it.
Sam Maggs is famous for fucking... Can I actually say what she's famous for?
I actually don't know what she's famous for, but...
Claiming... Okay, close. So, claiming that modders in GTA that do...
Oh, she's that one.
That's her. That's her claim to fame. That's her biggest claim to fame.
Yeah, she's believing that people who do
I don't know how much I can say about that because I don't know
we'll call it SA. That those people should be charged like actual SA criminals. So it's some literal, like, remember that people who commit genocide in video games should be charged like they've broken the Geneva Convention? That literal kind of logic.
Me playing Modern Warfare 3 for the 19th time.
Yeah,
I will say the new Modern Warfare 3, that should be counted as a war crime. It's fucking awful.
Why is it that it's always women who have that sort of, if it happens in a video game, it should be treated like it happened in real life? It's like, girl, this is why y'all have, anxiety issues. You literally can't even contemplate, fiction and, treating it as fiction.
I hope this doesn't come out as sexist, but it's because a lot of women mostly base stuff off emotion.
I mean, yeah.
I really hope that doesn't come off as sexist.
I mean,
but it's like...
I mean, someone can think something is sexist, but if it's true, then it's true. I mean, that's just how it is.
Because, a lot of the women I've ever met, they base most of their stuff on reasoning. And a lot of guys I know, their basis is off of... guys base their basis on reasoning. Women usually base theirs on appeals to emotion.
The Sonora says, meanwhile, women enjoying Animal Crossing.
Anti-Sarkeesian.
Yeah, anti-Sarkeesian. That's definitely a name for it.
I'd say Zoe Quinn's worse. Genuinely, I say Zoe Quinn is worse.
I mean, Zoe Quinn killed someone, so yeah.
Yeah.
The only person who died from Gamergate was because of Zoe Quinn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, people seem to forget that. She falsely accused a guy of stuff, and then he unalived himself. And then,
I think the worst
and then when it was found out that he didn't actually do it, she literally said, "Well, it started a conversation."
I think the worst part of the internet is how you can tell if those allegations are true or not. Usually, if they're true, the guy will have no remorse, and if they're fake, yeah, that situation happens.
Well, I mean, look, I don't necessarily agree with that at all, because if I got accused of something I didn't do, I'd be remorseless because I did nothing wrong. I'd just be like, fucking prove it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the problem though. When you're getting constant harassment and it gets to a point where you don't even know how to cope with it, because there was recently a guy on TikTok that was a really cool cosplayer, by the way.
Oh yeah, that guy. But yeah, but I mean, at the same time,
I know. Yes. Most
a lot of these
people probably can handle it.
A lot of these guys who get accused is in on the woke bullshit, and are literally fucking they are programmed to react with guilt, and I would never react with guilt for something I didn't do.
Hey, remember the guy who's behind Card Games Against Humanity? Got accused of SA and other such things by a chick over Twitter a bunch of years back. And he didn't say he didn't do it. His exact reason was, I'm not going to deny the allegations on the basis that would scare away, real victims, but a whole bunch of like words to basically skirt around saying he didn't.
Yeah, basically he said, I've been accused, therefore I am guilty, and it's not my place to say otherwise.
Yeah.
And also she was
innocent until proven guilty.
Women happened. I'm sorry, but that's true. That is 100%
I'm
true.
not gonna deny that.
Like, okay, look. When it comes to like any other crime, they'll be all like, okay, yeah, innocent until proven guilty, but like, essentially within the last 10 years, certain crimes have been treated as worse than others, even worse than murder for that matter, and basically amped up as like a significant like thing. It's like only a woman could ever truly understand how horrible this is, so you need to believe them because it's worse for them than it could ever be for a man. It's like, now actually, considering how mob violence has led to people dying as a result of like a woman's like errant accusations, I'm not going to believe you on the basis of what you said. But unfortunately, there are a lot of muppets out there who will absolutely be all like, oh, she said this, it must be true, and get somebody actually killed. I mean, one of the biggest ones in history was a young black man who was accused of touching a woman, and they let's just say he didn't have a happy ending. Not
is that the one how the ADL got founded?
We're not going to talk about that because I want to keep my channel.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You know what? Christmas is around the corner. What is everyone thankful for about Christmas?
This dick. No, I am definitely thankful for you.
I don't do it on purpose, Seth. I really feel bad when I do it.
Yeah, you boobs, you really need to start getting that under control, or I may not be able to allow you on the streams anymore.
I feel bad now.
Okay, hold up. I'm checking something here.
But yeah, like on that subject, just like not dancing as close to it as I was. The biggest problem I have with like the false accusations on the internet is like, even if something really bad does happen, the woman never suffers from it. Oh, she'll suffer because she has to deal with it. Her emotions will get the better of her. She'll have to live with that. It's like, I prefer if you lived with it in jail, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I need to look up some like background music that fits with this. Fits with my fucking stream. Fuck, I know what I can default to. Hold on. Mechanicus.
Choir of Destruction.
Mechanicus OST. It never fails me.
Is that one free use or no?
I've never had a problem with it.
Not fair.
I'll find out when I finish the stream.
What?
I'll find out when I finish the stream because YouTube will let me know.
Oh well, no. YouTube and Twitch will flag different things.
Yeah.
I know Valrak. I know Valrak actually uses it in his background, like Chapter Master Valrak, and no one ever comes after him for that.
The only time I know someone's ever gone after like anime music. I know.
Hold on.
Not an anime, but still.
Hey, first of all, hey Decibel, and second, yes, that is a female. Yes, Decibel, there's a female Iron Warrior, but that is strictly in like that's porn.
It's
not.
There's no nudity.
Okay, it is the safe-ish for work version.
So wait, that's a demunculaba?
No.
She does kind of look submissive and breedable.
Oh my god, people. No, that's not what was frustrating me. It's the people who try to say, "Oh, the demunculaba proves female space marines could exist," and I just say,
"Is that really the take you want?"
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, okay, so what you're saying is the coffins that they stick the Blood Angels in are Space Marines too. That's where you're going with this.
I mean, like, sorry. I personally say the demunculaba bit because I know it's fucking dark.
The Damanculaba is the ultimate litmus test of whether you can actually pay attention to the story being told or not, because everyone's like, ew, Damanculaba, icky, ew, gross.
It's like example as somebody who's a Dragon Age fan. It's like saying, yeah, sure, they're a female darkspawn. They're called brood mothers.
Well, no. Hear me out. Hear me out. The whole point with the Damanculaba is not the Damanculaba itself. It's the what do you call it? It's the failed Astartes it created, the Unfleshed. Because the whole point is that despite being creatures born of chaos, they were still loyal to the Emperor.
Okay.
It is literally a story about how your loyalty and your faith is not determined by your origins, but determined by your own will.
Hold up, I heard something different. I heard that was... So the whole point of it was Iron Warrior Hansu needed Marines to invade Ultramar. And he basically used it to create his Marines to invade Ultramar.
Yes. Okay, but the thing is, it would produce... Because you'd come out of the process, like, without skin. And you'd get, like, skin grafted onto you. But the failed aspirants who came out of the Damanculaba, because it's an inexact method of making Space Marines. There's always failures, regardless, when injecting people with Gene Seed. Were called the Unfleshed, and they would just flush them down a fucking like sewer and expect them to die. But the ones that didn't die formed a little society down there, and despite being creatures born of chaos, they were loyal to the Emperor, and they help Uriel Ventress, stop Hanzo and destroy the Damanculaba. And, and then basically, Ventress does, kill them, but it's basically like a mercy killing because their existence is suffering. And they're just happy to die knowing they helped the Emperor and prove their loyalty. That's the point of the story, not the Damanculaba.
I gotta say, being chaos is already a massive L on its own, but imagine trying to create Space Marines through the Damanculaba and then failing so hard at the process that you create loyalist, aspirants who end up undercutting you and causing your proper failure again. Now that is like the biggest L anyone could ever fucking take.
No.
Look,
It gets better.
Iron Warrior Hantu is still a Giga Chad.
Hanzo is such an asshole that even other Chaos Space Marines are like, "Whoa, bro, dial it back a little bit." Also, to answer your question, Zeph, this is from the Uriel Ventress books. It's called Dead Sky Black Sun.
But say
also, there is one person that does like Iron Warrior Hantu though.
Oh,
and it's the only other person that's considered the biggest asshole in 40k.
Peter Turbo. Yeah, Peter Turbo. Yeah, because they had that short story in the special edition of Storm of Iron that came back a little while back, where we finally got to see Demon Prince Perturabo, and he basically he plays Regis side with Hanzo. And he's like, if you win, I'll listen to you. If you lose, I'll kill you. But it's something like that. But hold on, something else. Someone else here is streaming. Yes, Bigley is streaming.
Yes, I'm currently playing a bit of Darktide at the moment. Oh, I'm in the lobby, but...
Yeah, Bigley is playing Darktide on his own stream while he is in chat with us. Yes, Stalin, you actually get to see a Demon Prince Perturabo. We can glean two things from it. Is one, he is undivided. Two, he hates the fact he's a Demon Prince so much he isn't fully controlled by chaos. Like he's just like so bitter and spiteful toward the creatures he had to align himself with to survive that he still maintains some control of himself, which is very in character for Perturabo.
He is my Primarch for a reason. Look, I may be an Ultramarine fanboy. I will like the Iron Warriors as a second favorite.
Yeah, the Iron Warriors are unironically my second favorite. Pert is just such a beast of an autist that he's great.
It seems like Iron War...
Because, like, Perturabo is the only... Alright, I know everyone mentions this, but he's the only reason the Heresy even makes it to Terra. They only lose because they stop following his plan. They were winning until they broke with his fucking master-crafted Giga Chad plan.
Also, Hun, you were saying?
I was gonna say, with Iron Warriors, it kind of feels like a feature of them is that they're all like autistically mad about something. Like that one guy who was a loyalist Iron Warrior. He got his like face burned off or something like that, and Perturabo was like, "Yeah, you're ugly. Keep that face away from me." And so his response was to, what was it? To go like slam his face into some sort of like metal thing.
I know exactly who you're talking about. We're talking about his name is blanking. Oh yeah, Barbas Dantiok, and he had been hit with a Harud time dilation weapon, so he aged like thousands of years over the course of like a couple seconds. So he comes back looking all withered and like old and shit, and you know, Pert being Pert is all like mad at him. Is like, I don't want to see your ugly face ever again. So what Dantiok does is he forges a face mask, and while the mask is still hot, bolts it to his face, and then walks up to then walks up to Pert like, there, now you can't bitch about my face anymore.
It's autistically mad.
I'm just gonna grab a quick break, guys. We'll be back in a minute.
All right.
So the thing about Perturabo is he strives for his legion. He strives for perfection in his legion, similar to the way Fulgrim does, but he does it to a lot more of an extreme. So he doesn't want his sons to copy him. He wants them to master war in their own way.
Yeah.
That's why he hates a lot of them, because they just say, "Dad, what do we do?" He's like, "Fuck off. Figure it out yourself, you fucking ingrates."
And he's also like, oh, what? You're 0.000000001% behind the compliance goals? Decimate yourself. hey, hold that thought. I gotta go drain a lizard. Be right back.
One moment, muting because I'm eating.
Alright, I'm not the only one.
Look, I understand, Decibel. You know, it's because you're probably an Iron Hands fan, and the Iron Warriors get the ironclad spotlight sometimes, occasionally.
So, you guys want to hear something that really annoys one of my friends? He is a massive Iron Hands fan, and because I am what's known as not smart, I constantly confuse their names. Like, all the time. I'll be like, bro, I'm trying to find these Iron Hands models, and he's like, dude, it's Iron Warriors, you fucking moron. I'm like, alright.
Look, the Iron Warriors are the losers. The Iron Hands are the ones whose character is that they they got drop site massacred. That's the difference.
And the Salamanders are the ones whose character is that they're nice, they got drop site massacred, and their dad can respawn, which Conrad Kurz found out about and was like, yes.
There's
the
Raptors.
Fucking Raptors mentioned. Woo!
I have to mention every time I'm on stream. I have to mention them once. It is a goal. If I don't have 3,000 channel points, I have to mention the Raptors at least once.
Why doesn't Conrad Kurz care that somebody was a perpetual?
Because he's a dick and decided to torture Vulcan by continuously killing him, and then re-killing him when he'd come back.
And then, Vulcan survived and, is still around, most likely. Meanwhile, fucking, Conrad Kurz got his head chopped off, so...
Well, yeah, true, but Vulcan also has ultra depression, and it's why he doesn't want to come back after killing the Beast.
Yeah, because it was cute. The Beast was cute. He didn't want to kill it.
It was not cute. Holy shit. Look,
if anybody could find cuteness in the Beast, it would be Vulcan.
Look, Vulcan's nice, but he's not like that.
I'm gonna say I kind of do hope the TTS thing about Vulcan is true.
What?
Where he's just now prone to random outbursts of rage because he's his soul merged with the beast.
I'm gonna say no because
I know.
I've got
I know.
Because I've got a hate boner for the text-to-speech device.
At least you admit it.
If the Emperor had a text-to-speech device, then its consequences have been disastrous for the 40k community.
But Decibel Stan, what did Vulcan do about the younger child? I mean, he killed an elder child. What about the younger child?
Shut up.
And he did. Well, Kurz kind of tricked him into doing that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he did. And
it was like,
Vulcan
oh,
also
you're just as bad as
Vulcan
me.
also felt legitimately bad afterwards.
Yeah, Conrad Kurz being out there being a bitch, like, because his life is lame. And it's like, dude, work on yourself. You know, you have only yourself to blame for this crap.
Read some self-help books, goddammit.
Like, literally just go up to your fucking dad, ask for some of the self-help books from his fucking personal library, of which he has millions of books, you know, dating back to, like, before, like 40,000 years ago. Like, my god, dude would rather sit around having a tea party with corpses than actually sort out his shit. He's basically fucking like, Rick from Rick and Morty.
I kind of like the idea that Ferris Manus just leads the fucking Legion of the Damned, personally.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. How Ferris leads the Legion of the Damned. It's like I'm gonna feel it's gonna be so hilarious when all the Primarchs are back, and then Ferris Manus comes back and Iron Hands can't run him.
They already said they can't. They're not bringing all the Primarchs back, I think.
Okay.
They said they're.
Hello, I am back. So, I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I'm probably going to take a early night tonight, just because, as much fun as it's been, having Marshall, Ash, CDAT and the rest on the stream, I'm a little tired, so I'm probably going to call it here. I'm definitely going to call it here. And then I'm going to go over and join them in their chat on Marshall's stream. So I'm going to go and set up a raid with them now. Right, where are we? Here we go. Raid channel. So yeah, I'm sending you all over to Marshall. As it stands, obviously you all know how Twitch and YouTube works. So I want to thank you all for watching. Say hi to Marshall for me.